It came out the other day that J.P. Crawford is the worst defensive shortstop in all of Major League Baseball, and he showed it today. J.P. committed well, the scorebook showed it as one error, but I'd definitely say it was probably 3 or 4 errors that he really committed. He had a ball go right to him, deflect off his glove, go into the outfield. It's a base. Runner gets on base. A couple of more balls deflect right to him. He can't make the play. A couple of balls just come to him, and he just cannot make the play. And it's just, you have to sit there and wait and wait and wait because you think, okay, JP's going to get it together. So JP turned one double play with Luke Raley at first, and he had one error, his 9th. But a lot of what JP had was balls hit to him that realistically should have been caught, at least made the play, or given the first baseman the opportunity to make the play. And unfortunately, between that and Luis Castillo hitting a guy with a pitch, the Mariners gave up a couple of runs, and it didn't go very well after that. When you have an error and a hit by pitch, and they both come back to score, it's a problem. Because what happens at that point is you have given up runs that shouldn't have scored. So, Isaac Collins reaches on a fielding error by J.P. Crawford, 1 on. Tyler Black flies out to center fielder Julio Rodriguez, 1 on, 1 out. Wild pitch, Collins to second. Okay, that's 2 errors in the inning, by the way. Blake Perkins strike out. 2 errors, 2 outs. Anthony Siegler hit by a pitch. And then Joey Ortiz singles. Joey Ortiz to third. Anthony Siegler to second. Doesn't score. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Isaac Collins scores. So, 3-2. Mound visit. Okay, hey, calm down. Bryce Turang singles on a ground ball to the third baseman. And Ben almost got that ball over to first base. It was just not in time. Ben probably, like, half a second. It was mostly a position thing. William Contreras singles, 5-2. Second mound visit from Cal. So we did not have to pull him out. And then for some reason, Christian Yelich with 2 outs decided to bunt. So, yeah, that only got charged with Luis Castillo with 3 earned runs. So, okay, because none of those runs were earned. Mariners go down 1-2-3 in the first. They go down in the second, 1-2. And then Polanco doubles, then they go down 1-2. And then Dom Canzone doubles to score 1, and then Ben Williamson singles to score 1, then Cole Young grounds out. Okay, cool, pretty good inning. Then they go 1-2-3 after Randy grounds into a double play, and then the inning we just talked about, and then in the bottom of the 4th, Mariners go 1-2-3. Bottom of the 5th, Mariners, Dom Canzone strikes out, Ben Williamson walks, Cole Young grounds into a double play. And then just the Mariners keep giving up more and more runs. Julio got 2 base hits today. Both of them were erased by just the other hitters not getting on base. Both of them were infield singles, which, okay, Julio's got 6 or 7 hits on the homestand, so 5 games, 6 hits. I'll take that from Julio. What I won't take is J.P. Crawford striking out every other 5 minutes while committing errors. He did only strike out once, but he committed errors, and he got yanked for Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore is 2 for his last 53, according to the broadcast, so not great at all. Not great at all. And it's a big, big problem that I don't know how you can fix it. Castillo didn't look great today. He went 5 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, but he struck out 7. And I'll say this, unfortunately, 10 hits is a problem, but a lot of those hits came because he was in the inning more than what he should have been because of JP. And then Trent Thornton came in, pitched 2 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. They were both earned, struck out 2. didn't walk anybody. And Legumina came in for an inning, struck out 2, didn't walk anybody, gave up no hits, which is awesome, because those 3 not walking anybody, absolutely love that. You love to see that, because when you don't give up walks, normally you're able to get out of innings quicker. The Brewers starter Priester went 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, walked 2, struck out 6. And yeah, okay, that's not great. Luis Castillo hit 1 guy, and it's one of those things where it's like, yeah. And we don't know why Luis Castillo had such a bad game, other than JP being a problem, with JP not being able to actually get in there and make the plays that you want a former Gold Glove winning shortstop to make. If you remember, the Gold Glove winning shortstop was 2020, so his defense has obviously regressed since 2020, and it's unfortunate that that's happened. But you gotta see what you gotta see. In terms of the Mariners hitters today, JP went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Dylan Moore struck out for JP. Julio 2 for 4 with a strikeout. Love that from Julio, especially because he hustled to beat out an infield single. Randy Rosareno for 3 with a strikeout. Masterboni went in for him and didn't do anything, just sort of flew out. Not great. We didn't have Cal in the lineup today, and I totally understand why we didn't have Cal in the lineup today. It's in the midst of 17 straight coming out of the All-Star break. They're all on the West Coast, but this was a day game after night game with us going to Los Angeles tomorrow. That's why the game was at 3:40 and not 4:10 Eastern Time, so that they have time to get to Los Angeles to allow them to actually go and take care of what they need to. It's a 10:10 game tomorrow, I believe. It's either a 10:10 or a 9:40 game, but either way, Mitch Garver played catcher. When Mitch Garver plays as the backup catcher, it's okay. He tried to get a guy at home on a really nice throw from Don Canzone, but it was just like half a second too late. I can't even remember who it was, but I think it was Yelich. Came in flying from third, and it did not work for them because of what happened with them, and he just beat it out, and it wasn't like Cal would have got the tag either. It was Mitch not getting the throw in time from Dom, and Dom making a great throw that should have gotten the out if it had been like half a second sooner. I think he would have gotten it, but it always seems like the Mariners end up getting one of those out at home. Going into the bottom of the ninth, the Mariners were down 8, 10-2. Absolutely awful to think about that. Mitch Garver 1 for 4 on the day. Dom Canzone had a ribby today, which was awesome. Ben Williamson also had a ribby, which was awesome. Cole Young went 0 for 3. Now Ben Williamson's OPS is 617, but his on base, or his not his on base, his batting average is 262, and his glove is really good. So like, I don't know what you do with the Mariners wanting to trade for Eugenio Suarez. Do you trade JP? Do you move on from JP? Do you bring up somebody to play short? What do you do with that? Because you kind of want to have that defense in the lineup, but you don't want to have, like, Eugenio Suarez is the number 2 guy in home runs in the major leagues, is a guy you want on your team. You don't care about the strikeouts at this point. You need somebody with slug. And you got guys who can get on base. Julio can get on base. Randy can get on base. Jorge Polanco can get on base. Luke Raley can kind of get on base. You need those guys who can get on base. JP can get on base. So that's another thing that you got to think about. What do you do with that? JP's OPS is 757 and his average is 279. And his OPS is almost 800 because his OBP is 400. So you got to figure something out. And there's only 7 days left until the trade deadline, and the Mariners need to do something. Yes, the Brewers are the best team in baseball. The final score ended up being 10-2. I literally started filming this while the game was ongoing. That's why I didn't get to say what Mitch had done. It's ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous, and I am not happy about it. because we need to do something at the deadline, which is in 7 days. We need to figure out some way for the Mariners to actually get offense. We need a middle reliever. We need probably a starting pitcher because I don't think Bryce is coming back this season. And honestly, the longer he delays it, the more I think he's going to end up getting surgery and potentially be out next season, which would really suck. But overall, the Mariners got out hit. Luis Castillo goes to 7-6 with a 3.3 ERA. Priester 9-2, 3.28 ERA. Yeah, the game ended on a Dom Canzone strikeout looking. We struck out 9 times, and we struck out the Brewers 12 times. It was errors, it was extra base runners, and giving the Brewers extra outs. When there's a team as good as the Brewers, you can't give them extra outs. You will lose. You gave up 17 hits.
I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch today's video, whether it was about the Mariners, sports predictions, or anything else that I have made videos about. I want to give you information about other channels where you can reach me. I'm on Patreon at Sammy5436 for $1 a month. Right now on Patreon, all that really gets you is access to Mariners recaps 12 or so hours before they are available on YouTube and TikTok. I'm also available on Instagram at Sammy54362 and at SamanthaP54361. That second one is a business account. I can be found on Cameo at Sammy5436. That is an account that I think you should definitely follow because right now cameos are $7 and they will be there for the foreseeable future, because I, right now, understand that the economy is in a bit of a downturn, so if you want to support, I do appreciate that. You can also find me on TikTok at Sammy5436. I do also have 3 other YouTube channels that are linked to this channel. All of this information can be found linked in the video descriptions of every one of my videos, for the most part, other than shorts. And for business inquiries, you can email me at SamanthaPond54361 at Outlook.com. I do want to advise you that for business inquiries, they do need to be professional, and as they come through to me, I will respond to them as I see fit. Anything that you have that is business related sent to that email will be reviewed and looked at by me. I generally take a look at my emails twice a week from that email account, though there are times where it is more frequent and times where it is less frequent. I also have premium content on a battle pass that's $4.99 a month. No, $5.99 a month, and you can find that you know where with the username Sammy5436. I'm also planning on potentially doing some live streaming at Sammy5436 on YouTube, on Twitch, on some other live streaming platforms, because I think that would be a great way for me to grow. Thank you for tuning in.